On shift in this mental health car, it's hard to know what to expect.
Yeah, 358, just looking at the call that came in from 111, it does say there's a carer on scene, but I've also asked for an ETA for the police.
A 999 call has just come in. A man is in crisis and could be violent.
Please speak now.
Hi there, we're here from the ambulance service.
We go inside so the team can try and assess him, but the situation quickly turns.
It's quite a serious situation in there at the moment. There was a man who's just been released from prison, started showing some quite psychotic symptoms. By the time we got there, he was very agitated, quite violent, was being quite aggressive, sort of banging on the glass. We ended up being locked inside the office for about 20 minutes, half an hour.
It got to a point where I said to someone that someone will die, someone's going to die.
This mental health nurse has spent her whole career in London. She left her last job because she was afraid.
There weren't enough staff at all. People were getting hurt regularly.
I don't know where the evidence is of just cannot cope. As I said, we do...
Just from speaking to nurses, from speaking to patients, which I've done an awful lot of over the past few months, time and time again, patients saying they're not getting the care that they should be getting.
These are by no means the only stories like this. I spoke to one patient who described the hospital she was treated in as a torture chamber. A nurse at another hospital who said she knows a seriously ill patient who came to her ward and couldn't get a bed, went on to hurt somebody. Oh, hi, I'm just asking about a two-bed flat that I've seen online that you've got to rent at the moment.
We called 50 estate agents across London asking about two-bedroom properties and whether they'd be available to tenants on benefits. Out of all of these, we only found 4 where a landlord would consider a benefit claimant, and only 1 that didn't need someone to act as a guarantor, promising to cover the rent if needed. 5 estate agents told us they don't take on benefit claimants at all.
If you don't think it's good practice for landlords to ban benefit claimants outright, would you support a law stopping them from doing that?
We don't think a law is the right way to go.
Why not?
Because there are a lot of regulations in the private rented sector already.
Some of the things I heard when I was calling around were pretty shocking. One estate agent said to me they hadn't had a property come on that was available to benefit claimants in 7 years. Another estate agent said to me about a particular landlady, even if you were the Pope and you were on benefits, she wouldn't let to you. I've spoken to so many tenants before who feel trapped in these horrible houses, scared of complaining in case they get evicted. But now doctors saying, actually, this is also costing the health service money that it doesn't have, and all of these issues are completely preventable.
Yeah.
Why are our children just getting picked off? What is wrong with them? Why? Why?
Susan McCree had known LeJean Richards since he was a baby. She was with his mum when she saw what had happened to her son.
To see a mother like that, the screaming. It's the screams that you can't get out of your mind.
Declan comes here most days. He's struggled with addiction for most of his life and is now back living on the streets. It's had a huge impact on his self-esteem.
When I was in prison in 2006, my brother hung himself, and I lost both my parents within a 4-week period in prison, and that really set me back. You're not happy. You're not happy yourself, and that's just been like most of my life.
There's a McDonald's just next to us here, right by the cordon. I've been speaking to the security guard that works there. He told me that 2 men ran into the restaurant accompanied by the police and that they were scratching at their faces, asking for bottles of water, and he could see that they'd been burnt. Well, the council leader, Elizabeth Campbell, has responded to these accusations, and she said if these claims can be substantiated, of course she will launch an urgent investigation. I put this to Emma Dent-Coad, and she said she doesn't need some of them substantiated because she was there.
She was sitting right next to some of the people saying these things, so actually I'm glad she's appalled, if she is appalled.
Just quickly before you go, I have to ask you about the bond rumours.
Do you?
You really, I do.
Really?
You've been teasing us, Idris. You've been teasing us.
I've not teased anyone. I've not done
You
anything.
have. You've been tweeting. I thought, didn't you play a Bond remix at a festival this weekend?
I did play a remix this weekend. I did. I tweeted my name. Listen, if we can't have a laugh, it's such an honour to have a rumour like that surrounded you. You might as well have a laugh about it.